lead. Is this heaven? No, it's Iowa. Let's stay with the politics. Which candidates are in the best position to claim victory Monday night here in Iowa? Let's discuss with Republican consultant Margaret Hoover, former vice chair of South Carolina's Democratic Party, Bakari Sellers, also a Hillary Clinton supporter, we should point out, and Jennifer Jacobs, the chief political reporter for the widely respected Des Moines Register. Thanks, one and all, for being here. You're going to tell us about your poll that's coming out tomorrow?
Do we get the results today? Everybody's on pins and needles. I know.
Bakari, this news about the State Department not releasing some of Secretary Clinton's emails, it seems damaging. Tell me why it isn't.
Well, I mean, we've seen this type of bureaucracy when it comes to the classification process before. Even the State Department came out and said nothing was classified when it was sent. We know that even the New York Times, we believe, ran some of these special access programs, some of the material that's in there before.
From WikiLeaks.
So, I mean, this is much ado about nothing. This is some Republican talking point fodder. I don't think Iowa voters are paying attention to it. And I know, especially being from South Carolina, that the definition of Hillary Clinton right now in South Carolina is a fighter. And so this is another obstacle. This is some more mud. And she's emerged since Arkansas, so I believe she'll emerge again today.
Margaret, yesterday, the Republican debate, Donald Trump doesn't show up. Ted Cruz, who is his chief competitor here, takes a lot of fire from his competitors on the stage and also an audience that was not all that friendly to him. Was Donald Trump's move at the end of the day the right move?
Donald Trump won the debate in absentia. I mean, I think for him, it was the right move. And by the way, what did he do? He went and had a telethon for veterans. Who doesn't want to sort of tune into that? I think people who are watching were kind of flipping back and forth between the two. I mean, that was win-win for him, and he didn't even know whether it was going to be win. But it's basically come down to the fact that he can't do anything wrong.
It's really strange. I've never seen anything like it. But what do you think? Could any voters, Bob Vander Plaats, who was here a minute ago, who obviously is biased, he supports Ted Cruz, he says he has heard of people telling him that they really didn't like Donald Trump not showing up for the debate. They're now going to vote for Ted Cruz. On the other hand, as you saw, Ted Cruz got a lot of boos and a lot of attacks from his competitors on the stage last night. Could last night's activities, both Trump not being there and Cruz being there, end up affecting the race Monday night?
I doubt that it'll affect Trump too much. We did get a lot of emails and tweets and feedback from Iowa Republicans saying it made him seem unpredictable. It made him seem erratic. You know, is he always going to break his commitments? He was committed to being at this debate. What are we going to expect from him when he's president? Will he follow through? We did hear a lot of that, but people said, but even though he is, you know, the unpredictable, we're still standing by him. So I don't see a lot of support peeling off of him just because of that debate absence. But you're right, Ted Cruz just took it from all sides at that debate, and you know, it wasn't necessarily his audience, and it was almost like a sitcom that had no laugh track. Yeah. And so because that audience just wasn't all that fond of him, a lot of his jokes seemed to fall flat.
Exactly.
And so perhaps if he had had a different audience that was more
or a laugh track,
or a laugh track,
it might have seemed different. But he just is getting it from so many different directions right now.
One of the places that candidates are taking it is the TV. Bakari, I want you to take a look at this ad running right now in Iowa from the Sanders campaign.
Goldman Sachs just settled with authorities for their part in the crisis that put 7 million out of work and millions out of their homes. How does Wall Street get away with it? Millions in campaign contributions and speaking fees. Our economy works for Wall Street because it's rigged by Wall Street.
Doesn't mention Secretary of State Clinton.
Oh, well.
But obviously, speaking fees from Goldman Sachs.
Exactly.
I think it's kind of an effective ad.
Well, it is. I mean, it's an attack ad. It truly is. I mean, but this is a contact sport. This isn't as dirty as we've seen it before. For those of us who were around in 2008, we've seen dirty politics before from both sides. But it's an effective ad. However, I do think that points out the fact that Bernie Sanders knows he's running from behind here in Iowa. And Bernie Sanders also knows the sense of urgency. Because the fact of the matter is, we can play it up in the media all we want. Bernie Sanders has to win Iowa and New Hampshire. There's no win one and maybe win another. He has to win both, because voters throughout the South on the March 1st primary and throughout, electability is a huge issue. And if he shows any weakness, if he shows any let up, and even if he comes out of here with a 5-point loss, that's going to be damaging for his campaign.
Margaret, at this point, 3 days before the caucuses in 2012, the Des Moines Register poll had Rick Santorum in third place, but the poll director pointed out he was surging, and I think she predicted that he would win.
She said it was going to be very, very close.
It's going to be very close. Do you expect any surprises Monday night?
I expect every surprise Monday night because Iowans, first of all, many of them have not voted yet. Or, I'm sorry, have not decided who they're going to vote for.
Yeah.
So there's that element. And then there's the element that's unknown of what happens when you get into the caucus site. Even though Republicans don't have the craziness that the Democrats have in terms of stand in the corner, they have a secret ballot. But there's still this, everybody's making their case. You hear who your neighbor's for. You maybe reconsider. People haven't decided until that moment when they're there writing on the secret ballot. And while inertia is in Trump's direction, second place, Rubio, Cruz. Also, I'm hearing Rubio is on the rise. You just never know how close second and third will be. Anything can happen.
Jennifer, very quickly, if I could, we're hearing that it might snow Monday night. Bad weather, who does it help?
Those first-time caucus goers tend to be less reliable. They've never caucused before. They're looking for possible excuses to stay home if the weather is really bad. And we know that Sanders and Trump have more first-time caucus goers. Cruz and Clinton have those, more experienced caucus goers. They're more reliable. However, Hillary Clinton has older voters. Among that 75 and older crowd, she takes 70% of those folks. And we do know in Iowa that, the older folks who can't see as well at night,
they don't go
or
out.
afraid of slipping and falling, on ice or snow, they could be persuaded to stay home. But also, she has passion. Iowans really do like Hillary Clinton.
Oh,
they
it's
might
down to the wire.
It's down to the wire.
Jennifer Beccari, Margaret, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.